Open three is good.
Shot pours a goal. Oh, Schwitzer.
Nice.
Tough shooting, he scores.
Welcome to Sports Jam on CCX. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. This week on the show, highlights from a pretty good week of weather as we've moved into May.
Later, we'll hear from 4 local Athena Award winners, plus meet a 2-sport athlete excelling this spring for Wayzata. And speaking of Wayzata, let's start with track and field. The Wayzata Relays are the start of an important stretch of meets for the Trojans. And they host the meet Friday, and girls 4x200 relay Mallory Marshall brings it home for Wayzata with a new meet record time, 1:44.9. The girls 1600 meters, Wayzata freshmen Emma Atkinson and Ryn Paulson lap the field, and they finish 1 and 2. In the boys 400 meters, Lewis Gibson takes gold for the Trojans. His winning time is 50.59 seconds. The girls 800, Wayzata's J.C. Thompson holds off Maple Grove's Jenna Hauk. Thompson's winning time 2:22.26. The boys triple jump, Wayzata's Deshaun Cockrell takes third. His best is 41.975. The boys high jump, Wayzata's Ben Grosse clears 6.6, setting a new meet record, and will meet the Trojan senior later in the show. Here's a look at the team results, starting with the boys. The host Trojans win with 184 points, well ahead of runner-up Moundsview. Minnetonka is third, followed by Brainerd, and then the other local squad in the meet, Maple Grove. The Wayzata girls are second to Lake Conference rival Minnetonka. Moundsview, Brainerd, and Roseville are 3, 4, 5. Maple Grove places 6th.
In softball, the Hopkins Royals are a strong contender to win Section 6-4A for a second straight season. Right now, though, the Royals are working through their Lake Conference schedule. Hopkins at home to play Wayzata for a second time this season. The Hopkins bats get going in the bottom of the first inning. Mackenzie Merritt singles to center field. Evelyn Barczyk scores to make it 2-0. They'd add another to lead 3-0 after 1. Big second inning for Hopkins. Natalie Den Hartog sends this one off the fence in right center field. Zoe Jeske and Hannah Kleiss both score, and it's 6-0 Royals after Den Hartog's double. Later in the inning, Kirsten Magard rips a single into left field. Parker Stoddard comes in as the Royals played 7 in the second to lead 10-0 through 2. Third inning, Hopkins scores 6 more times. The big hit, this double to the fence by Kleiss. It clears the bases. Jeske slides in with her 3rd run scored of the game. It's 16-0 Hopkins through 3. Pitcher Merritt came within an out of a 4-inning perfect game. As it is, she finishes with a no-hitter, striking out 5. Hopkins wins 16-0 in 4. The Royals went 2-1 in the Eastview tournament Saturday and now have a 9-3 record on the season.
Now to baseball, where 2 of the favorites in the Minnesota Christian Athletic Association met up Friday night. Heritage Christian looking to knock off league leader Legacy Christian. It's a great pitching matchup. Heritage's hard-throwing Seth Halverson gets the strikeout here, 1 of 9 for him. Josh Peterson of Legacy is even sharper in the early going. He strikes out the side in the first on his way to 11 Ks total. Not a ton of offense, but Heritage gets on the board in the bottom of the 3rd as the pitch gets away, and Timmy Thurston comes home with the first run of the game, and the Eagles lead it 1-0 through 3 innings. Top of the 4th, bases loaded for Legacy. Josh Neeson chops it to 3rd. A nice stop leads to a force out, but Nils Anderson scores to tie the game for the Lions. Still 1-1 in the 6th when Logan Piero swings and misses as the ball gets past the catcher. Ethan Mackey heads to 3rd, and when the throw to first isn't handled cleanly, he dashes for home and scores. They add another on a bases-loaded walk to lead 3-1. In the bottom of the 6th, Heritage's Wyatt Julich-Lisney bounces to short, and it's booted. TJ Guggenberger scores, but that's all they get as Legacy stays unbeaten in conference play with a 3-2 win.
The Totino Grace and Champlin Park baseball teams met for the Section 5 4A title last spring. Rebels and Eagles were each looking to extend their winning streaks in Northwest Suburban Conference play last week when they met. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Rebels pitcher Max Loven will get the strikeout here. He fans the side in the inning. No score in this game after 3 innings of play. Top of the 4th inning, the Rebels break out the bats. Joey Simon singles past second and into right field. Quinn Victoria scores, and it's 2-0. Later in the inning, Cal Hansen drives the ball to right center field. This one's into the gap. Ian Coltis and Luke Brynjolfsson both score on Hansen's double. Rebels score 5 times in the inning, and they lead at 5-0. Bottom of the 4th, the Eagles get on the board. Derek Beers singles sharply to left. Daniel Clausen scores in the hit. It's a 5-2 game. With 2 runners still on and 1 out, the Rebels get a big double play. It's 6-4-3 to end the inning, and it remains a 5-2 game. Coach Corey Davis of the Rebels add a single run in the 5th and 2 more runs in the 7th. Trey Carlson singles to right, bringing home Vinny Lamberty. Champlain Park wins 8-2. The Rebels fell 3-0 to Wayzata in the state 4A title game rematch Friday night. That was the first ever night game played at Champlain Park High School. Well, coming into their game with Osseo last week, the Maple Grove baseball team had won its last 4 games. They extended that winning streak against the Orioles, and they've continued to roll since. Highlights from the game between Maple Grove and Osseo at Memorial Field in Northwest Suburban Conference play. Top of the 1st inning, Maple Grove's Hayden Thompson singles to left. Curtis Haugen, who had led off the game with a double, scores, and it's 1-0. They lead 2-0 after 1. 3rd inning, Crimson first baseman Charlie Horton at the plate, and he gets a hold of one here and drives it deep to left field. And it's gone for a 2-run homer, and Maple Grove is up 4-0. Crimson starting pitcher Charlie Hutchinson gets out of trouble in the 4th inning and gets a strikeout, strands 2 Osseo runners on the bases. Hutchinson collects 5 scoreless innings on the mound. The Orioles keep the score that way in the top of the 5th. Their defense turns a nice 4-6-3 double play here to end the inning. Top of the 6th, though, and Maple Grove's Dylan Peck at the plate. He'll execute a perfect squeeze bunt. Thompson scores to make it 5-0. That's the final. The Crimson blank the Orioles. Maple Grove's now 9-3 on the season. Hopefully nobody wrote off Maple Grove, Jay, after that slow start, starting 0-3.
That's right. Things can turn around in a hurry. They're definitely rolling. 3 more wins in the St. Cloud tournament as well. So definitely a team that's playing well. Still to come on Sports Jam, softball and lacrosse highlights. And later we'll meet a field event standout for the Wayzata boys track and field team.
The Athena Award started back in 1973 in Minneapolis to honor high school senior girls who had just started to play varsity sports after the passage of Title IX.
The 45th annual Minneapolis Area Athena Awards luncheon was held Friday in Bloomington. 55 senior girls, 1 from each participating high school, were recognized. Athletes in a wide variety of sports were honored, and we will hear from 4 Athena winners from our area later in the show.
The Maple Grove boys lacrosse team is having a very strong season. They faced a challenge from a team that made the state tournament a year ago, Anoka, in a battle of unbeaten teams. Highlights from this one, 2nd quarter, Carter Lysing getting through the defense scores. Tornadoes up a goal at halftime, though, and they open up a lead in the 3rd quarter. Chandler Forrester goal there makes it 9-6. The Crimson get a big goal from Brennan Davison as time expires in the 3rd quarter. And this one cuts the lead to 9-7. Coach Gig Wilson challenges his team to take the 4th quarter, and they respond. KP Johnson lasers in the goal. That ties it at 9. Then Jack Dugan stays patient, makes the extra move, and that's the go-ahead goal for the Crimson. And Lysing will go hard to the goal here and take a late hit, but still scores for an insurance marker. Maple Grove rallies, and they win it 11-9.
They had a higher rank than us, so we kind of came in a little salty, had a chip on our shoulder, and we showed out and we came out to win. So it's kind of hard to tell at the beginning of the season because we kind of had an easy schedule, but now that we kind of had a challenge here, we kind of feel where we are in the league, so it's good to know.
In girls lacrosse, Armstrong was looking for its first win of the season. Falcons were at home to take on Irondale in a conference match, and Maggie Hansen will turn and score just a half minute into the game, giving Armstrong a 1-0 lead. Olivia Heck takes a pass. She's alone with the goalie and scores. The Falcons quickly jump out to a 2-0 lead. And those two combine here. Heck will circle the net and slips the pass to Hansen for a goal, and a 3-0 lead for Armstrong. Haley Hansen will score. Armstrong rolls to a 17-5 win after 5 losses to start the season.
In softball, Park Center and Armstrong each had one win coming into their matchup last week, and both were looking for their first Northwest Suburban Conference victory. This game moved to Zachary Park because of wet field at Armstrong. Leah Baker lines a single to left in the bottom of the first to score Danny Sorensen for Armstrong. It's the start of a very high-scoring contest. Park Center comes up big in the second inning. Casey Johnson lines a hit to right center field. 2 runs score on the play as the Pirates grab a 3-1 lead. Still in the second, and Hannah Ruan will deliver a hit to left. 2 runs score as the ball is ruled to have been bobbled by the catcher on a close play at the plate here, and it is 5-1 Pirates. Joe Fatandi's Falcons come right back though. Bottom of the second inning, Kaylin Leonard slices a hit down the line in right. Allie Burns is the second runner in. Armstrong ties it with 4 runs in the inning. And they keep hitting pretty much throughout the game. Maddie Clare's liner to center is in for a hit in the third to score a pair of runs, and Armstrong retakes the lead 7-6. Next batter, Sorensen, also comes through with a base hit to score another run. Armstrong is up 11-6 through just 3 innings of play. In the fifth, Armstrong's Mary Isaac connects, sending it into a big puddle beyond the fence and left for what proves to be an important insurance run, and it's 12-7. Park Center comes back in the sixth. Cheyenne Kennedy's soft liner drops in left to score a run. The Pirates get 4 runs to pull within 12-11, but Armstrong holds on for the high-scoring victory for their first conference win.
In Metro West Conference softball, Chanhassen and Bloomington Jefferson have separated themselves from the pack. Benilde St. Margaret's is in third place behind those teams. Red Knights facing Richfield last week. Sarah Houlihan at the plate, and she'll bounce one through the left side for Benilde. The score, Hannah Nichols, and it's a 1-0 Red Knights lead in the bottom of the first. Another well-placed hit here. Isabel Fleming bounces a single to right. Alyssa Brinza comes in to score to cap a 3-run first for Benilde. And they break it open in the third. Hattie Hoffman delivers a hit through the right side of the infield. Hannah Vitili follows Taylor Danberg to the plate, and it's 6-0 Red Knights. Abby Mead fouls by grounding a base hit up the middle and into center field. Kenzie Stevlis and Nichols scores. The lead grows to 9-1 as Mead reaches second base. Still in the third, and Brinza's bouncer takes a bad hop past the shortstop. Mead scores despite a little collision here with the catcher, and when the throw gets away, Houlihan also comes in to score. Benilde St. Margaret's gets 9 in the third on the way to a 13-3 5-inning win.
The softball team at Maranatha Christian Academy is having a very good season. The Mustangs squared off against the defending MCAA champion as West Lutheran played host to the Mustangs. Not much offense early in this one. Maranatha pitcher Katie Eichmann will get a strikeout here for the Mustangs. It's 1-0 MCA until the sixth when Madison Huther hits a slow roller. The second baseman makes an errant throw here, allowing Kennedy Bergquist to score for a 2-0 Mustangs lead. They add insurance runs in inning number 7. Bergquist drives a hit to right field that brings Chloe Palmer around to score, and it is 3-0 Mustangs. And they keep hitting. Tegan Thompson will smack a hit to left field, and this one gets past the outfielder. Bergquist scores on the play, and it's 4-0 Maranatha. Huther drops a hit down the line and right to bring Thompson in as Maranatha pulls away to a 5-0 win as they stay unbeaten in MCAA games.
It was a huge deal. We've never beat them before, and we've really come out and showed that we can win, you know.
I know that they're a really good competition, and just beating them shows that we have really improved a lot.
Good season for them, and John, and even the loss they had Friday isn't really a bad one against a very good Totino Grace team, a team that's in Class 3A.
Eagles having a good year. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, we'll meet a jumper from Wayzata who's coming on strong for one of the state's best programs.
The biggest meets of the season are fast approaching for high school track and field athletes. Wayzata high jumper Ben Grosse is gearing up for a final run that he hopes will end on the podium at the state meet. Here's Jason Melillo with the Sports Jam Spotlight.
Ben Grosse was coming off a major knee injury last spring and was not at his best for the 2016 state meet.
Basically, part of my lower knee just sort of fell out. It deteriorated and blood flow got cut off, got really dry and brittle, and then it just collapsed.
But Grosse is healthy now and one of the best high jumpers in the state. He's been laying back for most of the season, but with the true team and section meets coming soon, Grosse will start to ramp it up.
We're sort of just easing myself in. So I mean, even in meets, I'm not going as high as I can. With I know the last meet I cleared 6.5 and we shut it down. There's no reason to really push it right now. So hopefully, come state meet time, I'm in perfect shape and perfect condition to go 6.9.
Grosse clearly has an enthusiasm for high jumping, and you can tell he relishes the mental and physical challenges that high jumping demands.
It's extremely technical, and just sort of going about it. I mean, like, there's so many things you have to do in a jump to get a perfect jump. I've always been a good jumper as far as just like getting off the ground, but I've never been really a fast jumper, or my technique has never been that great. So a lot of it has been incorporating more speed into my jump, and Coach DeBoer and Coach Geese have done a great job with that. But then also getting my hips up and getting sort of that whole arching your back form, and they've done a great job with that as well. It's been a fun experience with them.
This spring, Grosse is also showcasing his versatility by competing in the long jump and triple jump, as well as some running events.
He's a kid that's a team-first type of athlete. He's constantly asking us to see what he can do to help out the team. In the past, he's been a really good high jumper for us. He's been an all-state high jumper for us, and this year he's going to be able to help us out in all 3 jumps and a number of track events too.
This past winter, Grosse was a role player on the Wayzata boys basketball team. The Trojans made a run to the state tournament for the first time since 1959.
Man, that was surreal. I've been playing basketball since the 2nd or 3rd grade, and it's been with all those guys. I mean, I've been on travel teams, AAU teams with them for a long time. So it's just a surreal ending to play with them throughout the season. I mean, we started off 14-15-0, and that's something that's really never been done in Wayzata. And it was really a season of firsts for us too. Best record in Wayzata history, and it was just awesome to see all of that come to form.
When he's not in shorts, Grosse is an excellent student and a member of Wayzata's award-winning DECA team. DECA's aim is to introduce young people to the business world.
It's a lot of competitive events and tests and learning how to conduct or how to act in business scenarios, and it's really gotten me ahead as far as helping me with college and scholarships and stuff like that, but also get into the business world and talk to actual business professionals and learn what it's like to be in the business world.
This fall, Grosse will take his passion for business and athletics to the University of Connecticut on a track scholarship.
I've grown up in a great track community here, and there's been a lot of emphasis on the team, and that's the biggest thing I looked for in my college shirts. And UConn has a great team atmosphere, and that's just the thing I loved. I love the coaches and the other people on the team, and it was just a perfect fit.
As we showed you earlier in the show, Ben cleared 6 feet 6 inches in the high jump at the Wayzata Relays last week. That was his best jump of the season and also set a new meet record. John talks with 4 local Athena Award winners next on Sports Jam.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. Several local girls were honored last Friday at the annual Athena Awards luncheon, and some of them join us now here on the show. We'll start with Kara Smith from Heritage Christian Academy. And first of all, congratulations, and what does this honor mean to you?
It means so much. I mean, all the great athletes at my school, this is such an honor, and to see all the other talent that's here, it's so awesome.
You know a lot of the other Athena Award winners from other schools?
Yeah, I recognize a ton of them. It's so fun to see all these familiar faces in the room, so yeah.
You have athletic highlights, and then there's a day like this. How does this compare to, having a great round of golf, for instance?
It's so exciting because this is kind of a cumulative wrap-up of everything, not just one season. So to finish like this and have an honor to recognize all of it, it's so cool to see that. Yeah.
You know some of the past Athena winners from Heritage?
Yeah, it's a small school, so I know all of them. So you hear about the banquet after, and they've all talked about how fun it is to see everyone dressed up. So it's always been so exciting to come to this moment.
Tell us your plans for next year.
I will be going to Harding University. It's in Arkansas, and I'll be playing golf and majoring in interior design.
Congratulations on today. Good luck next year.
Thank you so much.
Sydney Hilly from Champlain Park joins us. And Sydney, I know, is technically already in college, right? You graduated early and you're down at Madison starting your college work. Well, how has that gone?
It's awesome. I actually came back last night. I have to go back on Monday for 2 finals, but I'm so glad I went early, and I have 2 other girls there with me who are helping me through it, so it's really cool.
What has that transition been like to leave high school in January and go down and start college and begin training for college volleyball?
I was really nervous to leave early, and I was kind of sad because I was going to miss all my friends. But once I got there, it's the best decision I've made, I think.
A big school like Champlain Park, it's got to be a big honor with all the senior girls in your class.
Oh, there's so many good athletes in our class. Like even one of my best friends, Allison Garrett, is on a track scholarship, plays basketball, soccer, she does everything. So it was really cool to be honored among them, but there's so many other great athletes at my school.
As you look back at your years at Champlain Park, what's a highlight for you?
I think just going to state for volleyball 3 times was really, really cool. And each year we did better than the last, so that was a big accomplishment for us.
Sydney, congratulations on this honor.
Thank you so much.
Carly Quast from Wayzata High School is another Athena winner. And Carly, tell me about this honor and what it means to you.
Thanks so much. Honestly, when I first got the honor of being the Athena Award for Wayzata, I was really surprised. I was really honored because there's so many amazing athletes at Wayzata, and it's just a really awesome opportunity to be represented amongst so many amazing athletes.
As you look at the list, do you know a lot of them or aware of their athletic accomplishments?
Not many of them. Mostly Martha Haas from Minnetonka. She's also a swimmer. She swims with me at Aqueduct, so I know her from that.
For you, what's a highlight for you during your swimming career at Wayzata?
Probably winning state for 3 years in a row with the team. It's just really amazing to be a part of that team that's so successful, and I think the Wayzata Swim and Dive legacy just really lives on because of that.
Tell us your plans for next year.
I'll be swimming for the University of Notre Dame, so go Irish. Very excited about that.
Congratulations on today. Good luck at Notre Dame.
Thank you.
Margot Coombs from Osseo. Margot is a 3-sport athlete. And tell me about being the Athena Award winner from Osseo.
Oh, I'm so excited. There's so many great athletes in my grade that it's really cool that I had the chance to win this and even be nominated for it. I look up to the past Athena winners, and it's really cool to be an Athena winner myself.
You were in diving and hockey and lacrosse. Did you enjoy being a 3-sport athlete and going from one to another? I imagine that's got to be hectic at the same time.
Yeah, it's definitely hectic, but I love it. I don't know. I like to keep busy and have all my sports going. I don't know. I overlap sometimes, so I'll have like 3 weeks of playing like 2 sports. And it's still fun. It's tiring, but it's fun.
You're in your final weeks now as a high school athlete. What does that mean as you go out on the field these last few times for OPC?
I'm getting kind of sad that my lacrosse high school career is coming to an end, but I'm also really excited for next year.
Where you go to next year?
I'm going to Concordia St. Paul to play lacrosse.
Some congratulations and enjoy today.
Thank you.
4 local Athena Award winners who have joined us today on Sports Jam, and congratulations to all of them. And as we go to break before our plays of the week, here's a look at all of our local Athena Award winners for 2017.
Haley Hansen in the middle, right, speed to the right, going in for the easy goal.
Our game of the week is the Northwest Suburban Conference baseball game Under the Lights. Thursday night, Osseo hosts Armstrong at 7 o'clock. You can see the game live on CCX that evening.
And that'll do it for this week's show. See you next time on Sports Jam.